Let me tell you about the woman whose voice could part the clouds, Whitney Elizabeth Houston. Her mama, Sissy Houston, sang backup for Aretha, and Whitney, she was destined to outshine them all. But don't let that angelic voice fool you. Behind the glitz, glam, and Grammys was a girl from Newark, New Jersey, just trying to be loved the right way. She started singing in church because where else does real soul get born? And by 19, she was modeling for 17 magazine. Yes, baby, she was the first woman to grace their cover. Whitney didn't just have a voice. Sis had the voice. She became the most awarded female artist of all time. Over 400 awards, 200 million records sold. She had 7 consecutive #1 singles, something no one else has done. Not Beyonce, not Mariah, not Taylor, only Whitney. You ever try singing I Will Always Love You in the shower and almost passed out trying? Yeah, that's Whitney. Whitney battled addiction to cocaine, pills, and alcohol, not because she was reckless, but because she was exhausted. Exhausted from trying to be America's sweetheart, while the industry told her to tone down her blackness, her gospel roots, her realness. They wanted polished Whitney, but Whitney was raw. They wanted her voice, but not her blackness, told her to clean up her image, lighten her sound, and flatten her soul. She lived in a home with constant chaos. Whitney had 7 miscarriages, and then she married Bobby Brown. Chaotic doesn't even begin to cover it. Y'all saw the reality show. Woo, child. Their love was intense but toxic. Violence, cheating, drug use, arrests. Whitney wasn't just fighting Bobby, she was fighting the version of herself she had to perform to stay marketable. She once said, I'm either your dream or your nightmare. No in between. That wasn't shade, that was prophecy. They were in love, but it was trauma bonding on both sides. Arrests, fights, public meltdowns. Their relationship became a tabloid circus. And instead of helping her, the media laughed and never gave her grace. They called her a crackhead more than they called her a legend. The media made her a punchline. Crack is whack, she said, and y'all ran with that instead of helping her.
Let's get that straight, okay? We don't do crack. We don't do that. Your crack is whack.
They ridiculed her for being broken instead of asking who broke her. And then there was Robyn Crawford, her best friend and first love. They were in a secret relationship for years, but the label told Whitney that being gay and loving a woman would ruin her. So she chose silence. And Robyn, tired of watching the world destroy the woman she loved, walked away. Whitney lost her protector, her peace. But through all of that, sis never lost her soul. Truth is, she was shadowboxing her demons every single day and still showed up with that voice. Her 1991 national anthem, still the best to ever do it. When she sang the national anthem, baby, grows the moment. The Bodyguard, 45 million albums. That's not a soundtrack, that's history. But the pain, the perfection, the pressure cracked her. She died in a hotel bathtub just hours before Clive Davis's pre-Grammy party. And don't forget, her daughter Bobby Christina died just like her. Almost to the date. That's not coincidence. That's not just tragedy. That's generational heartbreak. That's generational pain and generational trauma. Whitney wasn't weak. She was wounded. She wasn't just a diva. She was a daughter, a lover, a woman buried under the weight of her gift. So if you ever had to hide who you love, shrink yourself, numb your pain, remember Whitney. If you've ever been broken, but still showed up for others, remember Whitney. If you're a black woman feeling unheard, undervalued, or unseen, remember Whitney. She wasn't just the voice. She was the reflection of so many of us. She is not just tragedy, she is truth. Drop a broken heart emoji for Whitney, as Leela Rashawn said.
And she really loved people and she loved the world, and I wish the world had loved her more and treated her better.
Tag a sister who needs to be reminded we are unstoppable, even when broken. Follow me for more stories of black women they won't teach us about, but we need to tell.